farmer and for the American worker. But Republicans came together and delivered historic relief for our farmers and our middle class. And it wasn't easy. And we cannot let anything happen to that. And if the Democrats ever had the chance, the first thing they would do is get rid of it and raise up your taxes, sometimes by 40, 50, 60% higher than you're paying right now. We can't have that. That will undermine everything that we've done. You see the record business all over the world. They're talking about the United States again. All over the world. We cannot let anything happen to what we're doing. Under the really large tax cut, I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge. Not a bad one. Huge tax cut. But under our huge tax cut that we just passed, Americans will be paying less in taxes and keeping more of their own money to do what you want. You can save it, you can spend it, but it's all good for our country. We've lowered tax rates, nearly doubled the standard deduction, and doubled the child tax credit. It's a big thing. Under this new law, the typical family of four earning $75,000 will see an income tax cut of more than $2,000 each, slashing their tax bill in half each year. American businesses are going from the highest tax rate in the developed world. Last year, the highest in the developed world, think of it, to one of the most competitive this year, from 35%, which is unacceptable, all the way down to 21%. And on top of that, you have a lot of advantages. Small and mid-sized businesses will receive massive tax cuts. It's a lot of the folks in this room. They'll be able to deduct 20% of their business income. All American businesses, including American farmers, will be able to deduct 100% of the cost of new equipment in the year you make the investment. That is something that is tremendous. That is something that I think is going to be the sleeper of the bill. You deduct it all in 1 year, as opposed to over many years. That's a tremendous thing. And from now on, most family farms and small business owners will be spared. And you're going to be spared, and it really is the word punishment, of the deeply unfair estate tax known as the death tax, so you can keep your farms in the family. Get up. That was a tough one to get. That was a tough one. Obviously, you love your families. Otherwise, you wouldn't be standing for that one. Not going to help you much. Going to help them a lot. And what's been happening is, you have a farm and it does well, but its value is more than the income really would justify. And what happens is families were forced to take these farms and sell them at a fire sale price. And they go out and borrow too much money, and then they end up losing the farm. It's not going to happen anymore, folks. Not going to happen. So I congratulate you. That was a tough one to get approved, of all of them. In every decision we make, we are honoring America's proud farming legacy. Years of crushing taxes, crippling regulations, and it's never been worse than it was before I got here. It was horrible. and corrupt politics left our communities hurting, our economy stagnant, and millions of hardworking Americans completely forgotten. But they, guess what, are not forgotten anymore. No more. I used to call them the forgotten men and women. And then when everyone saw them coming into the polls, the other side said, how do we get some of them? They were unbelievable. They are forgotten no more. Remember that. You're forgotten no more. We're fighting for our farmers. Thank you. And we're fighting for our country and for our great American flag. We are fighting for that flag. We want